Welcome to Florida Beach Living. Say hi, Hugo. That's Hugo. Hey, buddy. Well, you're gonna fall over. Alright, this is gonna be quick because we probably only have 10 minutes before the GoPro overheats. But we haven't done a garden tour in a while. And we've been working feverishly on our garden. But today we're going to do just a palm tour. I'm just going to talk about palm trees because we put in so many plants over the last few months that focusing on all the individual plants would be way too much. So we're just going to focus on palm trees today. We'll do another one on other plants. So obviously, we'll start with the big ones. Washingtonia robusta, aka Mexican fan palm. Same with that guy there. Those are the fan palms you see usually like in California, Southern California, native to Southern California, not native to here. But they're fantastic because they grow really quickly and they prune themselves. All of those things, the brush there, the dead leaves, it just falls off. It's awesome. Coming right out the door here, this is the state tree of South Carolina. I think it's also the state tree of Florida. It is we call it the cabbage palm. It's palmetto. Sable palmetto, I believe. And those are like all over here, all over. There is Cocos nucifera, coconut tree, native of Florida, believe it or not. But the one you're looking at is most certainly not native. That is a green mallee. It's from Malaysia. It's a dwarf mallee. Dwarf only means that they're relatively small when they actually fruit. And that guy actually is fruiting. We've had fruit off of him before. Bought that from a local, well, they didn't grow them here. They grow in South Florida, but we're in Central Florida. But yeah, that's a $1,200 tree installed. So you get it installed. And that was put in a year ago. Same with the one in the corner back there. Sorry about the on again, off again lighting here. But that guy right there, Cocos nucifera, coconut tree, love the shape. Right here, this is called a foxtail palm, native of Australia. Also love the shape there. That was also purchased from a local dealer, I guess is the right way. And that was a $700 tree installed. And it's been there a year as well. Tell you the difference, that's a $700 tree. You know, like a pretty beefy trunk. And is taking very well. Very happy. Meanwhile, this guy right here, also a foxtail, but that guy was $70 at Lowe's. So for 1/10 the price, if you're willing to wait, I bet you in another 5 years, this guy will be the same size as the other one. But that's kind of what you get. If you're willing to, that tree is, well, 1 year from Lowe's, purchased at Lowe's. It was probably a 4-year-old tree. What gallon pot? I don't know. What gallon pot? Maybe a 7-gallon pot. Right here, sorry, we're in the shade, is a Christmas palm. They're awesome. Also a self-pruner, also a native of Australia, but these things just fall off. Their fronds all just naturally fall off. This guy is a real slow grower, very slow growing. But love the shape, very tropical vibe, very tropical look, love that. So we have 22 varieties of palm tree on the property. 22, I think, maybe 23 now. We'll show all of the varieties of palm. So right here, this is a pygmy date palm. We've got a lot of these guys, a lot of pygmy date palms. They are very versatile. They love it here at the beach. This guy, brown leaves, not enough water. In the summer, we had a really dry, really hot summer. Well, it's always hot in Florida, but it was really dry, drier than usual. These guys here, these are Cateria, aka cat palms. Purchased on sale, regular price, $20 in 7-gallon pots from Home Depot. I think we got them half price. And some of them are like taking off, driving. This guy, humming. Yes, happy. This guy, not so much. This guy, oh, not happy at all. And then like, I'm sad. I'm really sad. Purchased it at the same time, all the same soil, same conditions, same lighting, same everything, and there's a couple that are struggling. I mean, they've got growth, so don't get me wrong. There's new growth. They flowered as well. Both of the ones that are struggling flowered, but these guys are border palms. They will never get much higher than the fence. That's the idea, is to have them cover the fence, and they will in time. They won't really trunk. They don't really kind of trunk. They're just a clumper and they're a spreader, and they'll cover that fence. But it's just strange. We've had this guy's thriving, some of the other ones are thriving, but some are not. One of the more expensive palms we've got is called an acre, native of Brazil. Love the shape of these guys. It'll be only about a 15-foot tall tree, and he's here because right above we have a big old banyan. This guy. Banyan tree, aka strangler fig. The dogs love the figs that fall, the little fig berries that fall down. They eat them all day. Can't stop them from eating the fig berries. But this guy, Araucari palm, native of Brazil, really looking forward to seeing what he looks like in another few years. Reasonably slow grower as well. Not that guy's been in there maybe about 6 months and hasn't really grown, but we'll get there. Another pygmy date palm. It's a triple at the base. Just really tropical vibe. Love these guys. This is a spindle palm. Another one that'll only be about 15-20 feet again, because he's limited by, got some overgrowth here. So that's why he's here. He's growing. He was advertised as a slow grower, but he's growing like actually pretty quick. Probably put on about a foot, but again, that's a $65 tree from Home Depot. And he's well, I think he may actually be 2 years old now. When we purchased him, he was pretty tiny. So he's coming along just fine. This guy sprouted in the front yard a couple of years ago, like just from a little tiny seedling. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was a coconut, because these branches are very coconut-y, but it's a queen palm. That'll grow pretty tall, pretty lanky. I think it is a baby of, you can see the bananas here, right there. I think it's a baby of that tree, because I pulled it out of the grass. It had popped up the front yard. So that is a queen palm. Again, there's the coconut, and it does have some fruit. It's fruiting, but the squirrels love the coconuts. I don't know if you can see, tiny, it's really hard to see in this camera, but there are fruit. There are coconuts. Moving on. Triangle palm. I love this palm. These guys, I am just so excited. We got 3 of them here on this back wall of the property. There's 3 of them. Kind of left, center, right. And really fast grower, really cool shape, triangular on the bottom. It will trunk. It's got a round trunk when it comes up, but it's got 3, triangle. So just a really cool, super fast grower. Loves it here. Can take the shade. This guy, this is southern exposure here, so. In another month or 2, he will go into mostly shade for the next few months, and he's fine. He's okay with the shade. But he loves the sun. Loves the shade. Very functional. Triangle palm. Love those guys. Not a palm. It's called they call it a palm. It's a traveler's palm. It's more of a bird of paradise. So there we are. A relatively new addition here. Advertised as a thatch palm, but I don't. If you were watching this and you know palms really well, I don't know why this is a thatch palm. It's advertised as one, and I can't think of anything else. The petiole has no spines. Wait a minute, there's some baby spines there. Maybe there are spines. I don't think it's. I think it's an Everglades palm. I don't think it's a thatch, because the petioles on this guy are already, like, the stems are already 4 feet tall. Anyway, it was advertised as a thatch. I don't think it's a thatch. Thatch is a native to Florida, but so is an Everglades palm. I think this is actually an Everglades palm, aka a Perotis palm. But I got him from a local grower. I paid $20 for this thing. It's already like a statement. I love it. This, oy vey, this guy, it's called a Majesty palm. Live and learn. They look great in pots. They look great, on patios. They look great inside. And not growing here. Just not liking it at all. Ridiculously slow growth. I don't know whether he's not liking the salt or whether he's not liking the soil. I don't know. He's struggling. He's been here. That's 2 years, and we're getting like three fronds. Moving on. European fan palm. Love the look of these guys. Washingtonia robusta. He's going to anchor this kind of point in the bed. He will shoot up, and he will be just like that. Behind there's another acre palm here. This guy will be the understory. He'll be about 15 feet tall, flanked by this guy, which will be, they get 80 feet tall. The European fan is going to be tiny. It's not going to be very, very big at all. But the anchor here on this corner is what's called a Montgomery palm. Love this. He's 1 year old. Bought him from a local guy off of Facebook Marketplace. I paid $10. And he's going to be a statement. Loving it. There used to be a golfer called Colin Montgomery, and every time I think Montgomery palm, I think of him. So I want to say this tree in a Scottish accent. That's the Monte. That's the Monte palm. Hey, way back there is what's known as a princess palm. This is going to be, I think, the beast of the backyard, aka hurricane palm or princess palm. Again, this is a baby, just planted this year, but this is gonna be the beast of the backyard. But what we will have is this princess connecting to this Montgomery. They will connect. Underneath will be the Aracuri. I don't think they'll fully connect to the Washingtonia because they're pretty lanky. But these two will connect and will close in this area here. I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like in another probably 4 years. Bottle palm. Love the bottle palms. My wife is not so crazy about them, but I love them. They're just so shapely, and they love it here at the beach. They totally love it. Back there is a queen palm. Another queen. I'm just not a huge fan of the queen. When you got to fertilize them here at the beach, people don't, and they just get really sickly and spindly. And this guy's doing well though, because we continue to really, really, really fertilize. So, yeah. What else? So many palms. Foxtail. That's the $700 foxtail. I guess we could go on the back strip here. This tree is a guava. Super happy. Baby guavas. We got some new fruit coming up. This is the second round of fruit. The squirrels destroy the guava. They love it. Squirrels love it because they're full of seeds. And the squirrels know it. I don't know how they know it, but they're full of seeds, and the squirrels they just destroy the guava. Here is another triangle. This was a freebie. A local grower gave that to us earlier this year. Oh, I missed one back here. But that triangle, they grow so fast. I'm not worried about it. Probably the rarest palm we have. It's called a Pemba. This guy, a Pemba Island palm, will end up kind of looking more like an Areca. So slender, lean, solitary trunk. I do think it's a clumper on the bottom, I think. But this is probably the rarest palm we have here, the Pemba. And there's another Monte, also bought from a local guy at Facebook Marketplace for $10. But the Monte will connect with the Pemba over there, kind of closing off, creating a canopy over here. A quad pygmy? Yeah, four trunks down there. A quad pygmy palm. Love it. Love the pygmies. I'm sure the GoPro is going to overheat at any second, so I need to move quickly. The third triangle here, love it, just growing like a weed. So awesome. Love those guys. We have a little fishtail here. Not that happy. Probably needs a little more sun. I've got him tucked up too close against that bamboo. We'll see. Hopefully he does okay. Right here it's called the red latania. One of the only palms that actually has red. See the red. It's very cool. It's a kind of a cousin of a Bismarck. It'll end up looking like a Bismarck. Kind of that really big crown. But I don't think it gets nearly as big, as thick as a Bismarck. This area back here is work in progress, but we've got this kind of back area. That's our compost bin. We got another composter there and some dirt pile. There's a Washingtonia robusta there, and they're both doubles. It's a double. So this whole back area here, kind of covering this telephone pole, there'll be 4 coming up here. It's just going to dominate this space, and they will probably, I think in time, maybe almost connect with this latania back here. So looking forward to seeing what that does in time. Coming around, there's a cabbage palm. There's the base of the Washingtonia, big old boy. Here are some areca palms. These guys are 2 years old. Loving them. They will be kind of like a back anchor to this flower bed. This guy here is going to have to be relocated because we're putting in a new septic field, and he is right where the septic field is going to be. But he is a king palm, Alexander King. Really fast grower. Loving it here. Self pruner. Total tropical vibe, solitary trunk, long, lean. Just I love this guy, and it just bums me out that I have to move him, but so it'll be. I walked right past one here. Perhaps our second most rare palm. This little baby here. It's called a buccaneer. Also a Florida native. Apparently in the wild, there's only about 50 of those left in the wild. Obviously, there's a lot more in cultivation. Who knows how many there are. But apparently only come from one key in the Florida Keys, and there's only about 50 of them left in the wild. So that's cool. Relatively rare palm. Here is a thatch. So I know this is a thatch. Sorry, weird lighting. And notice, right, like the palmate shape, the palm is basically 360 degrees. And the one back there that I was looking at is not, it's only half. So this I know is a thatch, and the petioles are not nearly as long. No spike. I know that is a thatch. So Florida native, I don't know what I got back there. I think this is an Everglades palm. Here's a row of arecas. These are kind of going to just be a privacy fence. They are doing well. And a coconut in a pot. We had a Majesty palm here that basically is in the hospital now. I took out the Majesty because it's just struggling too much, and I stuck a coconut in a pot. That is a coconut off of that tree. I don't know how many coconuts we farmed off that tree, maybe, I don't know, 20. And I just stuck them against the back fence over there, and half of them have sprouted. So I'm developing a little bit of a coconut business. I'll be the coconut king of Brevard County. Here is our infirmary. Here's where the sick plants go. Here's the sick Majesty palm that was like rotting at the base. I think I had planted it way too deep. But here's our baby coconuts that I'll sell on Facebook. Probably in maybe next spring. I'll get, for each of these guys, I'll probably get about 30 bucks each. That's my guess. Maybe 25. So yeah, a couple $100 worth of coconut plants, and it doesn't cost you anything. The coconuts literally fall off the tree and they hit the ground, and then you pick them up and you stick them in the sand. So, and then a few months later they become trees. and you can sell them on Facebook Marketplace. So that's the backyard. I don't know how many species we have in the backyard. My guess is 17, 18, 19 species. I don't know. Here's another coconut in a pot. Up front, another row of arecas here. Areca palms. That's basically a privacy fence. They're highly effective at that. Walking through my carport. Another cabbage palm, sable, palmetto. These guys just, they pop up all over the place. I don't think we have anything really... Oh, I did miss one in the backyard. But that's okay, I'll make up for it. Up front, spindle palm. Right there, little guy. Cabbage palm. A triple pygmy date palm. He is loving it. Loving it. Another cabbage palm with a bunch of cactus growing in them. You see? They spit out flowers that are unbelievable. We call them moonflowers. I forget what they're actually called, but the flowers on that cactus are just stunning. What I missed in the back is one of these guys. It's called the lady palm. Really tropical vibe when this guy grows up. Really, really slender, long trunks. Super slow grower here, though. We're having a hard time getting him to grow. Another cabbage up there, and that's it. Here ends the palm tour. So believe it or not, that was at least 22. Keep me honest, 22 different types of palms that are thriving here. Zone 10, 10A to be exact, teetering on 10B. We're on a barrier island, Brevard County, Florida. Doesn't ever really get that cold here, so that's why we can get away with a lot of these cool tropicals. Thanks for checking out Florida Beach Living. We don't post very often. It's not like we're like making any money on YouTube, but we're avid gardeners and we are happy to share what we are learning. And we are learning a ton gardening here on the east coast of Florida, zone 10A, 10B. Loving it. If you got any suggestions, if you got any ideas, how do I make Majesty palms happy here? I don't think I do. But anything else, put in a comment below. It'd be awesome. Talk to y'all later. Bye.